You're listening to Sister Stargazers, celestial and terrestrial observations and advice from two real-life sisters.
Welcome, fellow stargazers. Your sisters are in the house. Hi, Jude.
Hi, good morning, Sarah.
Good morning. I know we have morning energy today for episode 66. We're going to look at Sunday, December 11th through Saturday, December 17th, mid-month forecast. You said the moon's pretty active this week. We're coming off a full moon. Where do you want to start?
Yeah, the moon is moving from Cancer to Libra this week, and it will make a last quarter aspect to the sun.
Okay.
Before it gets there, though, it makes a lot of aspects to personal planets. Mm-hmm. And we also have the sun sextile Saturn, which is going to help us get things done. And we have the sun square Neptune. This is also in play is Mars square Neptune. So we actually have, which was active last week at the time of the full moon in Gemini, which was opposing the great attractor. The sun was conjunct the great attractor. So there might be resolution that this week offers because of this last quarter moon. And also because of this square, the sun now on the 14th, Wednesday the 14th, will be squaring Neptune. And Mars will also be squaring Neptune. So this pointing to Neptune from the square of Mars, which is action, but in Gemini, in retrograde, it's not action, it's thinking and rethinking. And then the sun in Sagittarius is big thinking. You know, so you have these ideas that are continually bouncing around and squaring to the planet that is the dreamer. The Neptune is the dreamer.
Is Neptune direct too, though?
Yeah, Neptune is direct, as well as Jupiter. So this is all good. You know, this is all pointing to the good, but it may just be that extra kind of little bit of a wave that we're getting while we're in the rowboat of this week that is kind of just giving us a little bit of imbalance, a seesaw kind of, you know how if you're on the water ever in a rowboat and you're in the wake of a bigger ship. Yeah. That's Neptune. So you're kind of rocking in the wave of that sun square Neptune, Mars square Neptune coming off of the full moon.
Nice.
Moon in Gemini, conjunct Mars, opposing the sun opposite, the moon, and then the sun is conjunct the great attractor. So there might be evidence from the full moon week, which was on the 7th, there might be evidence of that or repercussions of that are coming through now that you want to ground, ideas that you might want to ground, visions that you might want to ground. So just taking it a step by step. We can look at Sunday, the moon's in Cancer, opposes Pluto, so that feeling moon opposing Pluto in Capricorn. There's a lot of deep feelings that might be available to us. The moon will then trine Neptune and Jupiter. So hopes and dreams, family, nurturing, taking time to dream are really important early in the week. On Monday, the 12th, the sun sextiles Saturn. So this is a time when we can put steps in place. The sun's in Sagittarius, fire sign. Saturn's in Aquarius, air sign. Future-oriented. Sun is in Sagittarius, future-oriented. So we can start to take steps.
Great.
Lay out some vision and visioning. And it's also a great time to connect with folks in authority that might be helpers or that might be consultants, that kind of thing. The moon will then, on Tuesday the 13th, make an opposition to Saturn. So the moon is in Leo, opposing Saturn. So moon in Leo wants to demonstrate our feelings. Saturn in Aquarius wants to hold things together, hold things in, not be so demonstrative. Saturn in Aquarius, Saturn rules Aquarius, so it's one of the rulers of Aquarius as well as Uranus. So it's very reserved.
Yeah, kind of cool.
Yeah, very cool. Even though it may have futuristic ideas, it's more of a scientist, a kind of a logic brain, left brain kind of thinker. So there is this kind of dichotomy going on between feelings being demonstrated and then not demonstrated, like how much do you share, right? So there's a little bit of that happening on Tuesday. a good time to be patient. The moon will then make a quincunx to Neptune. So the moon's in Leo. It's not, that it's not an opposition. It's like a kind of...
Yeah, we love that quincunx.
Door, it's like, pay attention. Moon is quincunx Neptune, and not quite 180. It's a 150 degree. Yeah. So it's kind of like there might be feelings that you can't quite put your finger on, even though you feel like you want to be demonstrative.
Yes.
It may not be the right time, the right place, the right person. You can't quite put your finger on why you feel so out of sorts.
Maybe journal those emotions.
Yes, exactly. Just relax. Don't, perseverate on it.
Yeah.
Don't worry. It will just let it go.
Right.
The moon will make a quincunx to Pluto on Wednesday. So it was in a opposition on Sunday. The moon was opposite Pluto. On Wednesday, it's now moved into a quincunx, so on the other side of that opposition. So it's still engaged with Pluto. And again, this sense of the truth or recovery or regeneration, something coming up from beneath the surface, which might cause tension.
Okay.
But it's something that is hidden that might be surfacing.
And it'll pass fairly quickly because the moon moves fast. So no need to act on it. You just kind of acknowledge and let it go.
Yes, absolutely. And that's why I'm just kind of looking at this week. The moon is making so many aspects to these large outer planets. Plus, there's a last quarter moon that echoes some of the themes of the full moon on the 7th. So that's really about what this week is. It's that rocking of the boat, kind of holding steady, keeping the oars in the water, but just letting the wave go through you, letting the big wake of the big boat, the big Neptune, Pluto, those big waves, just let yourself kind of ease in your little rowboat,
Right. Don't try to row too hard.
Yeah, and not try to row against the tide or row into the wake, just let the wake kind of, gently kind of toss you maybe a little bit or just jostle you a little bit, and stay grounded this week was really a good mantra, I think. The Sun square Neptune that we talked about on Wednesday. Thursday, we have Moon square Mars. So this can be about overreaching or about overthinking or just being rash in your behavior. So watch for that. And the moon trines Mercury. So there's some sense of flow of expression happening. By Friday, we have that moon square Sun. So Virgo moon square the Sagittarius Sun. You want to nail those details down, but it may not be possible.
Okay.
Mercury trines Uranus on Saturday, which is really fun if you can go with this wave of energy, because Mercury has made an ingress into Capricorn, and so it's making this trine up to Uranus in Taurus. So it's a very grounding type of mental energy. You want to bring things down into physical form. You want to kind of experiment. So you might also, get some insights into how to fix something.
Okay.
A lot of technical, hands-on technical inventiveness might be available to you.
Nice.
So that's the week. Yeah,
okay.
It's a little bit of a mixed bag, but just, again, that Sun square Neptune and Moon opposing Neptune will, you have creative energy available to you to dream more than to actually put into practice or bring something into manifestation. Although with the Mercury trine Uranus, by the end of the week, you're going to get some ideas about what steps might be possible.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it's a good week. And the card you pulled was also about balance.
And asking about this week with these Rider-Waite deck, the 5 of Pentacles kind of flew out of the deck, but then on the bottom of the deck is our good friend, the 2 of Cups, which we've had recently. So maybe integration of ideas or balancing different ideas, maybe balancing of the yin and yang energy or bringing 2 friends together. That was on the bottom of the deck. And I thought, oh, that's interesting. We've had you before. You've been a recent sort of frequent visitor to our podcast. But then the 5 of Pentacles, which is interesting because on the surface, it could seem like a kind of downer of a card because you have these two figures trudging through the snow, and then you have this illuminated window, stained glass window of 5 of Pentacles. And we were talking about the idea of going within to find sources of bounty, or to, that you don't have to stay in the mentality of being stuck in the snow or outside and cold, that you can search, you can go within toward the light. You could, that there's resources that you can find. I don't know any more you want. You had some good thoughts on the 5 of Pentacles.
No, that's perfect. It was a struggle,
right.
This couple outside in the snow, they're disabled, their clothing is in tatters, there's a sense of this kind of poverty mentality, right?
Yeah.
But within they're passing this church window, which is illuminated, right? So going within is going to give you the resources that you need. And to kind of let that, again, kind of when you're in the boat, and you're getting rocked by the wave, don't see it so much as a hardship, but as an opportunity to, strengthen your muscles, to sharpen your perceptions, to test your sensibilities, right? So it's more that you're looking at these events, that you're not a victim, you're a participant, and that it's part of what the learning process is about, and you can turn it, you can take that, your attitude, and turn it around. So there is a lot of movement in this week. There is a lot of up and down, and you can take it as a flow, or you can take it as disruption.
Right, yeah. Either way, it will there's something coming up. You just have to kind of, the analogy I love this week about just kind of riding the waves, knowing that calmer seas ahead or more active paddling that will get you there. But right now it's just riding with it. What will it turn up for you?
Yeah, that's a good description of the week. Yeah, what will it turn up for you? Just keep on top of it.
Yeah.
Just keep aware. You don't have to do anything special. Just be yourself, keep aware, and
Amazing. Yay.
That's the week ahead.
Yeah, and pretty soon we're going to be talking about the winter solstice. So that'll be episode 67, so don't forget to tune in. But for this week, if you've got questions, comments, we love hearing from you. Please send us an email at connect@SisterStargazers.com. You can leave us feedback on Facebook, on Podomatic, anywhere where you're finding the podcast. You can also tune in Monday nights, 7 p.m. Eastern Time to WMPG.org. It's our half-hour call-in astrology show where you get to call in and ask questions. We sort of pick an aspect of the week and dive a little deeper. So that's still happening. I don't know. Final thoughts, Jude, before we sign off?
Yeah, stay tuned for the solstice and a new moon, which we'll be looking at.
Yay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, thanks so much.
Thank you, Sarah. Steady the course, everyone.
Don't lose your oars in the river. Just hold on to your oars. You're going to need them. Thanks, Jude.
All right. Take care, everyone. Thanks for listening. Bye for now.
Thanks for listening to Sister Stargazers. Let us know what worked for you this week. Find us on Facebook and post a comment at Sister Stargazers.